Hi, I'm Ravish Shankar. I'm a product leader at Jio Platforms Limited. I'm responsible for 20 plus products of JioFiber and JioFiber devices which are installed in customers' home across India. Both the JioFiber and JioFiber customers number upwards of 2 crores as of today, and the devices that I'm responsible for are in as many homes currently, and this number is growing. So, in 2009, I was a requirements analyst at Nokia, and the organization made the decision to adopt Agile and Scrum as the software development methodology. Now, my management decided that a requirements analyst could fit into the role of a Scrum Product Owner. So that was my first brush with product manager. I would deal with product managers both in India and in Finland. And during this time, I became aware of a workshop in product management conducted by Mr. Gopal Chala, who was a reputed product leader at that time. And this was organized by Institute of Product Leadership. And I attended the workshop. I got to understand the basics of product management at that time. Like Mr. Gopal Shenoy had explained that product managers deal more in the problem domain than the solutions domain, and also that product managers are involved in the complete life cycle of the product, starting with ideation, conception, and all the way through to the end of life. This was quite fascinating for me that an individual or a particular role spans the entire life cycle of a product. So that was what got me interested in product management. The first thing that I found quite interesting and different compared to any of the other courses and maybe other degrees that were available at that time was experiential learning, obviously, right? So that got me quite interested in ICPR. Then the fact that we would be taught or we would get to learn from product practitioners and product leaders, both from India as well as abroad. So that was also something which was quite important for me. And another thing which I thought was a big plus for me, considering the stage at which I was in my career, was the fact that the course was happening in a hybrid kind of mode, where the classes would happen online, and then we would interact with our cohort mostly online, and then we had that immersive learning towards the end of the course. So that pedagogy was something which I thought was a plus for me. It was quite interesting that we had to do this. We got exposure to the dramatics, where there was one course and we had to go on stage and shout our hearts out and all of that, emote and things like that. Then we also had to go out and then start speaking to strangers. Like we were asked to wear our IPL hat so that it gave us some credibility, right? When people would see that maybe, okay, these are guys who are not just coming and accosting us. So this was for the customer interview part. So in keeping live with the experiential learning, that was what we had to do. Just we went to the Whitefield bus stop and then started asking people about something related to our particular product idea. So that was also quite fun. Looking back at my entire career spanning over 20 years, right? So I would emphasize the focus on execution. So as you start product management and as you're practicing it as well, you would hear about all these concepts like herding cats, and then ideas being dime a dozen. All these become, or they take on more significance at the workplace in the real world, right? So product managers, they don't do things directly, they need to get things done, and that's where the herding cats analogy comes, the metaphor comes in there. So it is important that skills needed for that, product managers develop that. And this is like influencing without authority, negotiation skills, stakeholder management. So these become quite crucial. Now, the flip side to this is with that sharp focus on execution, the team might become a feature factory. So they need to ensure that the team, with all the execution that is required, does not become a feature factory, but more aligned towards business outcomes. So ensuring that, I would think, is something which is important as a product manager. So again, I think ensuring that there is alignment with the business, whatever has been decided as the strategy. So in any organization, you would expect that sort of cascading and the top down kind of alignment does happen, but product managers sit there right in the middle, where they're talking to the teams on a day-to-day basis, they're talking to executives on a day-to-day basis. So the translation needs to happen, that whatever, and in this world today, you are seeing that decisions need to be done, undone, directions have to change. We keep hearing about pivoting. So from that perspective, the fact that the team's work is aligned to the overall business goals is something that senior product managers need to ensure, and it is the responsibility of the product managers as